Political insights on Wawa TV. From Enugu here to everywhere. Hey! Voices of the people, leaders at the table.
Yes, a very good morning to you. It is once again on Wawa TV Political Insight, one of the fastest growing online televisions in the western coast of Africa. And we want to today have a very interesting guest in our midst. And this is talking about one man whom I'm going to allow to introduce himself. Of course, it is your own one and only Ozo Ikeje, who is anchoring this very interesting program. Good morning. You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, viewers. I'm not that person than Honorable Samson is here. Honorable Samson is here is a journalist of many years' experience. I have my stint in Guardian newspaper, where I left as a senior editorial person to join Enugu State government in 2018 as senior special assistant to the then governor on media and publicity, and later appointed as a special advisor to the governor on media and publicity as well. Today, I'm the Director General of Ikeje Asogwa Media Strategy and Communication is Campaign Organization.
Yes, this is a very strategic office we are holding in that very important campaign organization, very popular out there. It is Ikeje Asogwa. And I want to ask, how do you feel landing this plum job in that campaign structure?
It's very interesting that you say that Ikeje Asogwa here is Ikeje Asogwa there. For Ikeje Asogwa to be everywhere means that it's a brand, it's an attitude, it's an movement. He's a man who has a track record of excellent performance in public office and private office. He's a man who has always been there for the people and who has always worked and contributed immensely to humanity. That's why since he emerged on the scene, he has had a barrage of endorsement, support, commitment here and there. So I'm happy to be part of that movement. And I'm not finding it very difficult to market him because it's a good product. It doesn't take much to market a very good product.
Okay, when you describe him as a good product, and of course you've also talked about his track record of integrity, do you want to dwell a bit on some of these things that distinguishes him from the rest of the people?
Yes, if you look at him, the question is, who is Ikeje Asogwa? Ikeje Asogwa is a young man who had his primary and secondary education in Army Children's Secondary School, the primary school in Port Harcourt, Federal Government College, Port Harcourt, then the School of Arts and Science in Aba, before getting to the then Afrotech, presently Nnamdi Azikiwe University, where he graduated in 1990 with a BSc honor in political science. Then after the youth service, he went into private business. And then before his foray into Nigeria politics, he has a major share in Intertouch Limited and Shelter Concepts, a company these two companies have been responsible for the construction of more than 510 residential and commercial buildings across the country, with so many staff that are working under them. And his foray or entrance into Nigeria politics was in 2006-2007, when he wanted to contest for the governorship election in Enugu State under the platform of the Democratic Party. On that process, along the line, his ambition, he has to give it up for the Sullivan Chime, who later emerged as the candidate of the party. And in Ikeje Asogwa Sullivan Chime saw a man who has capacity to do a lot of things, coming from a private background with a vast experience in the area of building and construction, having had a company where he's a major shareholder. And that is how Sullivan Chime tapped him. See potential, because they are seeing potential in him, and he's a man who can do otherwise, and brought him to be the MD and Chief Executive Officer of Enugu State Housing Corporation. Under his administration for 8 years, within the period he was there, he supervised the development of 23 estates and more than 708 units of housing estate within that estate. In Enugu State today, he introduced the gated estate we are enjoying today, from Fidelity Estate to Liberty Phase 1 and 2, and so many of them. So It was because of that performance that towards the end of Sullivan's administration, there was a gap in the leadership of PDP in the state, and Ikeje was drafted there to take control of that situation. And he was able to manage that situation well. He's not a man with inordinate ambition, but with a man with the eyes for a result. He's a result-oriented personality. And he was able to handle the PDP, that what would have been a major crisis in PDP at that point of time. He was able to handle it very well for seamless transmission of power at that point from Sullivan to the Ikeje, who later made as the governor of the state. Because of Ikeje's outstanding performance, Ugwai found him body again to be appointed as the chairman of the NSUPREM. And within the period he was chairman of the NSUPREM, you can see that he supervises and ensures the resolution of more than 1,355 classroom blocks, including library and toilet facilities across the state.
Wow.
It has never been like that before. He superintended the appointment of more than 7,000 plus tutorial and non-tutorial staff in primary school and junior secondary school across the state. The record is there. So this is a man who has always been there. And you cannot hear that Ikeje is planning to contest the election since that period. And you can see that if he's not the kind of personality he is, there is no way, and tell me that person who almost all the administration in Enugu state has always found worthy to work with. He worked under Sullivan Chime, he worked under Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, he was the DG campaign organization of Peter Mbah's administration.
He worked under Sullivan Chime, worked under Governor Ugwuanyi,
and he's now working with Peter Mbah, and he was the DG of Peter Mbah campaign in 2023. Good. So that will tell you the capacity, that will tell you the personality, that says a lot about who is Ikeje. And in all this time, he has no inordinate ambition to start scheming. Nobody can tell you that Ikeje has called a meeting that they want to contest the election. He has always waited for the appropriate time. And you look at his name, Ikeje means that you wait for the appropriate time. You look at another name, Israel. You know what Israel represents in the Bible. So I think his name, there's a lot of things about his name that is following him. Okay. And even that we are talking about this electoral election, Ikeje has not called any meeting I want to contest the election. He was there when he was called and said, yeah, people have decided, the party leadership in the state, the governor who is the leader of the party has said that you should be the one to go and carry the cross. Because I know you can do it well.
That is a good one, that he was called to go and carry the cross. Yeah, you have demonstrated high-level knowledge of a product, and that is one key marketing tool you have it. So we want to also ask, there are two forthcoming elections. One is the by-election coming up on the 20th of June, 2026, and of course the general election that we are expecting in 2027. We want to ask, which of these elections, are we talking about? Is it the by-election or the general election?
Well, they are all elections. You cannot take away the other one from the other one. Because what happened in this by-election is going to determine what will happen in 2027. Because if the barrage of endorsements, support and love they have shown Ikeje is anything to go by, can tell you that Enugu North is up for APC. And we are waiting and we are working hard. He has been in the field. He's not taking any election lightly, even this by-election. He cannot just relax. He's not resting on his horse. He has been in the field. So they are practically located in the village. That's why you cannot access him in the town anymore. So he has been up and doing. He has been moving from one ward to the other, one local government to the other, consulting. Today, as I'm talking to you right away, he's on his way to Soka to inaugurate the grassroots supporters of his campaign in every ward across the 102 ward in Enugu North, 6 local governments in Enugu North. He has been consulting. He has been reaching out to people because we don't want to take anything to chance. You can't say that this election is more important than the other one. But what I'm begging the people of Enugu North, even though the official electoral campaign has not started officially, but what they are saying is that looking at all the people that are grandstanding and just living for the position, we can see that we have a product we can all confess, can all testify, because there are so many testimonies about his goodness. Some of them, they don't even know when he did it. But that is his character, that is his personality. He's a very result-oriented person, and he's a very practical person. Ikeje is not an individual who will tell you he can do this and will not do it. Before you don't need to tell you he's going to do it. If you ask for it, if he has it at that point of time, he will tell you, take it. If you not that it, he will tell you this is what I can do. and give his social and those time, and his word is his bond. If you look at it, so it's not so many places we have visited. We have been at Akko to inaugurate the Igwetiti West. We have been at Uke to inaugurate the Igwetiti East grassroots support members. We have been at Kezimo. We have been at Ubolafo. We have been at Igweze South.
We want to find out, because of body languages and interpretations. Some people look at your principal as one person who seem not to be accessible, so one person who is up there while the rest of them are lower there. I want to ask, in terms of accessibility, is the day hacker accessible?
Highly accessible, mostly accessible, always open. It is a fallacy of generalization for somebody to come out or wrong perception to say that Ikeje Asogwa is not accessible. It's not true. It's not true. The countenance, his countenance is outside may look that is not accessible, because whenever you see him as he has dressed up and is out for something, his eyes is on the ball. He wants to get results. There's no dull moment at that period. There's no room for lapses. His target is, this is what we ought to get, and we must get it, and we have to get it. Until when that result comes, then you can see that they can laugh. You can see that they can enjoy. You can see that they can eat with you and discuss with you. But when he is at work, give him chance. He's very, very accessible, very humble, and he's somebody that is very, very concerned about the welfare of any individual. Because if you're around him, you see that if he's eating now, for example, or he's drinking, he will ask you, "Okay, have you taken something?"
Yeah, I know him.
If you're not taking something, if you go to his house, his cooks and everybody, if you sit down, you'll be served. And he's not going to be the other side eating different things from what you are eating. He's going to give you the same thing he's eating. He's going to give you the same thing he's drinking, or he's going to give you the same thing he's enjoying. So whether you are low or high, the only problem you have with Ide, that people will say maybe he's serious, his face is when he's looking for something or is assigned to go and deliver something. He is afraid of failure. When you're afraid of failure, you will see that some people will start misunderstanding you. Because some people believe, okay, we can even fail. Other people are not failing. But he will tell you we cannot fail. If other people failed, does not mean that we must fail. But those areas that other people failed, we have to succeed. We have to understand why they failed. We have to approach that with every element of diligence, every element of commitment, every element of determination and dedication to get results. In that process, not everybody would like to meet you. Okay, let me give you an example. When he was in the SOPEP and the Housing Corporation, if they cannot go home with a memo, if you bring the memo into his office and he's already seated, he will tell to sit down there and let him go through it. If he needs to attend to it, then he will just attend to it and give it to you. Some people will have a memo to sign in office of a chief executive. In the next 2 weeks, they say he has not signed it. He will clear his desk on daily basis, because he believes that this delay is not necessary, unless the one that is not within his power or his limit, he will now tell you, let me take it to the appropriate authority, and I will attend to it and bring it back. And not only will take it, he will follow it up to make sure that he is giving it back. If he then cannot give you result or has not given result, he then will be restless. If he then has not gotten result, he then will not be happy. So there is, in terms of accessibility, in terms of humility, in terms of everything you can talk about, that is what has kept him going. Those characters, those outstanding characters, features he has, that's what has kept him going. But people don't know, because if you see his appearance sometimes, you may misunderstand him.
Yeah.
You may misunderstand him. But leave the face. Just like leave the vehicle and enter the vehicle. Leave waiting the right on the vehicle and enter the vehicle. If there is a good vehicle that will take you to any destination you want to go, and you enjoy his driving, the most important thing that you enjoy is driving. You enjoy his company, and you say, is it not this day we are talking that you cannot talk to? He will even joke with you. He even can't joke with you, and he will even try to make you to be happy if there is any problem. And finally, if there is any assistance needed, is number one. Quietly, he will just do it.
Thank you very much.
It's not a man who will give you a promise, come today, come tomorrow.
Yes.
No. AGK, you want 500, I will give you 250. Send me account, pam, you get a lot. I may not give you 500, but I can give you 250. You get alert immediately. What do you want again? Do you want a man who will tell you, let me think what I can do about it? And they keep on calling you on phone. And it's a man that, even if you don't have their number, if you call today now, if I want to challenge you, anybody who don't have his number, if he's not busy, if you call him now and he miss your call, he will return your call. Or he will pick your call, even without having your number. He will pick your call and ask you, and you tell him the day, I want to come and see you, there's something I want to discuss with you. He say, it's not necessary. Where are you? He said, we are sick. I say, why are you coming? Can you talk it on phone? And he tell me, no, there's a problem I have. He say it, let me know. After saying it, he then will tell you, is it why you want to transport yourself from Suga to Enugu? Send me your account, I will give you what I can give you to go and solve that problem. There is no need of coming here to waste your time. That is Ikeje Asogwa for you. Anything any other person is telling you is just a perception that they have not even experienced. Most of the people that are sitting down somewhere to talk about somebody is what they have not experienced. They are just imagining. And they are now building a wrong perception about an individual. It is not right on you. I've been in the system. This is from 2019 to now. It's almost 10 years. I've been around the corridors of power and government. And I've met with most politicians and leaders. I'm in a better position to tell you, any political leader from 2019, any I've stayed with, I've worked with, I'll tell you what the person can do. Ide is quite different.
Thank you very much. Ide is quite different.
Political insights on Wawa TV. From Enugu here to everywhere. Hey! Voices of the people.